dharayate iti dharma. That which is the basis, the foundation of life is dharma, which is of two types. One is paradharma, the one related to the body, the one related to the various stage and age in life that you are in. The other is related to yourself. Swadharma, what you are as a true entity is what you have to abide by all the time. And both have to be balanced. And how should these be balanced? Ramakrishna Paramsa used to give the example of a maid servant. A maid servant used to work in the house of a master in one of the cities near West Bengal. While she was always involved in the work of the house, she considered the members of the family as her own family, the master's son as her own son, the master as a brother, the master's wife as a sister, all of that. But all the time, her attention was on her family, her children, her husband, her parents who were staying in the village. So while she was executing all her tasks well in the master's house, her attention was all the time on her family in the village. Similarly, in this life, we are living in the master's house. This world has been given by the master. So all the people in the house are our people. So you execute and deliver all your responsibilities towards all of them extremely well. But your attention all the time should be on your own house. Which is your own house? God's house. Your true destination is God's house. So you have to go back to that place. So this balance between your work here and your goal back there has to be maintained in every aspect of your life. To a group of medical students, Swami said, you take 4 years to acquire the highest medical degree. Can't you spend 4 minutes in silence contemplating on the majesty and the grandeur of the one who has created this entire universe? Just 4 minutes. But the problem is that when we sit for meditation, all the other outside thoughts come to us first. In India especially, in the morning, when you sit for meditation, oh, the washerman is going to come. Oh, the iron man is going to come. Oh, the maid servant will come. I have to tell her what she has to clean today. This is the common problem in all the household. So while we are doing all the archanam, Keshavaya Namaha Swaha, then the mother-in-law will call out to the daughter-in-law, look at the maid servant, has she come or not? Then you do the next, Madhavaya Namah Swaha, and then you say, oh, that grocer is going to send some grocery, we have to use that for cooking today. You have called God for an appointment. He is sitting there in front of you during your morning prayers, but you don't want to focus on God. You are focusing on the grocer, on the maid servant, on the iron man, on the washerman. That is the kind of meditation which we are doing. So what is required? How do we do meditation? Simple formula Swami has given. 2 parts. Part number 1, shut your mouth. And part number 2, open your heart. That is meditation. Shut your mouth and open your heart. There is no use thinking about the whole world and sitting in meditation for 45 minutes. 11 seconds of concentration. 11 seconds you focus. That is enough. Because you have given your mind an experience of what meditation, what concentration is. That is the kind of journey which has to begin. But the problem is that we are always on a seesaw. We play seesaw, right? Both can't be at the top. One is down, one is up. One is down, one is up. Whenever you give importance to the world, the other side will go up. Whenever you give importance to God, the world will go down. You cannot be giving importance to both. Attachment to the world is inversely proportional to detachment to God. And attachment to God is inversely proportional to detachment to the world. This has to be the kind of focus. Uppu has to always be less than pappu. Uppu means salt. Pappu means dal. In dal, the quantity of salt is not equal to the quantity of dal. It is not half the quantity of dal. It is just enough so that you are able to relish the dal, because a saltless dal is not palatable. Similarly, the salt of the world should be as much as required to sustain yourself in this dal of spiritual life. If you equate the amount of salt and the amount of dal, you will not be able to sustain it for long. I see many of the ladies laughing, imagining if the dal and the salt is of equal quantity, what will happen. That's exactly what all of us are doing in the world. You should always have the salt less than the dal. And the focus has to be on the achievement of the goal. Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. What is the basis of education? It is spirituality. The history and the geography and the science and the mathematics of the world we know excellently well. But the secret to cross this world itself is not known to us, it is not revealed to us, because we are not told that you are born so as not to be born again. And if you are born so as not to be born again, the first you must know is how not to be born again. Only when you know how not to be born again, you will work in that direction. But you are not working in that direction. You are working in history, geography, science, mathematics, all of that, which is the pappu of this world, the salt of this world. Dal, the nutrition giving pulse, is the spiritual way of life. We are not having any focus on that. And that's when I realized that we have to have that as the basis of our priority. Only then everything else gets solved. And the last part of Dharma, and with that I will conclude, is that after doing all of this, people of young adults especially ask me, I do everything. And then after that my mummy says, everything you have done, now you leave it to God. Even if you don't succeed, it's okay. Then why should I put efforts? Bhagavad Gita also says that karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. You have right over karma, you don't have right over action. You don't have right over results. Why? Again, through a lot of analysis, and I realized what it is meant by that. There is a very fundamental difference between the way spirituality is trying to communicate to us vis-a-vis the way the world tries to communicate to us. The world always focuses on result orientation. Key result areas. These are the objectives our company will achieve in this year. This is the syllabus we will cover in this year. Every profession is covered with lots and lots of key areas where you have to bring results. If you don't bring results, you are not a performer. Spirituality. So then what happens out of that? You are willing to bring results at any cost. Means are thrown to the winds, ends are what we focus on. Whereas spirituality focuses on action orientation. How you are doing the work, where that work is done, what that work entails. Very important part is intention. And that's why is it said that leave the results to God? Because what results you get is in my hand. You are not going to get the results by your efforts, but I will judge you based on what efforts you have put, the intention with which you have put those efforts. Once you have put the right intentions, you have already passed in the exam. The results, whether you like them or not, is my responsibility, because that is my job. That is not your job. That is why the focus is always been on action orientation, not on result orientation.